what we really have to try to do is pay attention very carefully to how quickly technology is relentlessly trying to replace us. So if I were listening, especially if I were in sales, I say this with love, but you have a target on your back. And I want you to be protected from that, because technology is relentlessly trying to replace you. And you have to do work that's unscalable. You have to do things that technology cannot easily replace. Let's take a lesson from travel agents, right? Now, travel agents used to be on every corner, everywhere. But the work that they did was easily replaced, and hence travel agents are effectively extinct. And if you're a millennial listening to this, you're probably saying, what the frig is a travel agent, right? I don't know. Do you mean Trivago or Travelocity? What? That's a travel agent. Right? No, right. Airbnb, right. That's a travel agent, right? Yeah. No, there used to be agencies and travel, this is what was
People actually did it.
This was an enormous, enormous, enormous vocation. And it's been eliminated. Stockbrokers used to be everywhere. And then came $9 online trading. And why should I pay this guy $200 instead of $9? So if you're going to take a lesson from the stockbroker and say, there are still stockbrokers out there and they're making a lot more, what have they changed? They've gone from being salespeople to advisors. And look, if you're in the real estate or mortgage business and you're saying, well, okay, I think I'm an advisor. I'm saying, are you really? Are you really?
Okay, so number one point is how you can make sure you're not commoditized is the value you bring to your customer.
It's got to be an unscalable value.
So how does someone do that? And are there three main things at least?
Well, look, here's the thing: is first of all, begin with humility, because it's easy to say, oh yeah, I'm an advisor. Really? What do you do that couldn't be replaced by your phone? Okay.
So when you define humility as if asking yourself those questions, what do I really bring to the table?
One of my favorite stories is this guy, Ignaz Semmelweis.
Okay.
So in the 1850s, he worked in the hospitals in Europe, and he worked in the wealthiest of hospitals and poorest of hospitals. So he was an assistant in childbirth. Okay. So, at the time, he noticed that infant mortality was much better in the poorer hospitals. Why were children surviving better in the poorer hospitals and dying off like crazy in the richer hospitals? Why? And he said, boy, when the poor people come in, they come in dirty and they have to wash them and wash their hands. So he said to the physicians in the wealthy hospitals, I've got it. You can improve the survival rate of births, infants, if you just wash your hands. The physicians were not showing any humility. They, in fact, were insulted. You're going to insult me? What do you know? Remember I said you can learn a lot from the people who maybe you don't think are at that level? Okay, they could have learned a lot from him. So they said, I'm not going to insult my patients. I'm not going to wash my hands because you said so. What do you know? What are your qualifications? And they committed him because they were so insulted, they said, you must be insane to say this. The poor guy's not insane. They beat him to death. They beat him to death in the mental institution. The same year they beat him to death, Louis Pasteur comes out with the bacteria theory, and Joseph Listerine comes out with the germ theory. In fact, washing your hands works. So the question you should start off with is, are you too good to wash your hands? Because if you're not too good to wash your hands, there's so much that you can do by learning.